This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Teachers and administrators at Hazelwood East High School say they're receiving vulgar threats of violence after Attorney General Andrew Bailey tried to blame a student fight on their DEI policies. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Kaylee Gaines suffered a severe head injury in a fight off campus after school 3 weeks ago. The AG thrust her story into the national spotlight when he launched an investigation into the school's DEI program. In a letter today, Hazelwood signaled it will hand over documents Bailey is requesting. But tonight their attorney says as more information comes to light, it will likely be an embarrassment to Bailey and his office. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, is here with new details explaining what that all means. Mark?
Mike and Ann, we've already exposed the long list of errors in Andrew Bailey's initial investigation, and it's calling his credibility into question. Judges often hold lawyers to strict rules in a court of law. You can't make stuff up. Now his wildly inaccurate investigation could land him at the center of one.
We're looking into whether or not there's any sort of legal action we can take to stop him from being such a bully and using his office just for political purposes.
Attorney General Andrew Bailey sent this letter to the Hazelwood District's attorney, Cindy Ormsby, brushing off her criticisms of his investigation. You allege inaccuracies, he says in quotes. The most egregious error you identify is an incorrect date reference.
I did not believe that that was his most egregious error. I believe his most egregious error in his original letter to the school district was the jump to the conclusion that the fight between the two high school females was based on race, and that it was because SRO officers were not in the building, which he believes for some reason is a result of the school district's emphasis on DEI policies.
What Bailey didn't know, the district did have 60 security guards and monitors on the payroll. One of them tried to intervene in this fight March 7, the day before Kaylee Gaines was severely injured. Ormsby scolded Bailey's incomplete investigation, saying it's dangerous and will likely be an embarrassment to you and your office when and if the facts become known to you and the general public. Some of those facts remain sealed in juvenile court. Others are starting to emerge. There was a specific instance the day before, wasn't there?
Correct, there was.
There was a physical altercation in the hall involving one of these uniformed guards the day before.
Yes.
Ormsby said that fight led to a student being suspended. And while she wouldn't name that suspended student, the attorney for the suspect in the fight the next day identified that student as Kaylee Gaines.
The other juvenile involved in this was suspended from Hazelwood East High School the day before this all happened, for fighting.
Bailey's rush to judgment without knowing all the facts and his eagerness to inject divisive racial politics into a severe tragedy is also coming under fire from the Missouri NAACP. They're asking why Bailey never showed any interest or took any action when it was black students who were killed in fights or who were subjected to blatantly racist discrimination. The NAACP says, quote, "It is outrageous that our tax dollars are funding his racist political talking points."
Tonight, we're learning new details about a deadly shooting in the Metro East. Police say a homeowner killed a man who was trying to enter his house. Our Justina Cornell reports from Collinsville.
The Collinsville Police Department responded to a shooting about 5 minutes from their department here. They responded to a shooting on the 500 block of St. Louis Road around 6 o'clock Tuesday evening. According to police, 31-year-old Jonathan Gagan, who was unknown to the family, stepped onto the home's front porch and refused to leave. That's when the homeowner says Gagan became angry and he feared for his family's safety. So he went inside to grab his gun and told Gagan numerous times to leave. The homeowner says Gagan refused and opened the storm door to go inside of the home. That's when the homeowner said he would have to shoot and fired a single shot into the man's chest.
Many homeowners have guns.
I spoke with the St. Louis University law professor Anders Walker. He went over the Castle Doctrine law, which gives homeowners the right to protect their home.
All you have to show is someone was trying to enter your home. So if they're on your porch, kicking in your door, breaking the window, trying the lock, that's enough.
While the Castle Doctrine applies to several states, it can vary even in Missouri and Illinois.
If you live in Illinois, be aware someone's got to be breaking and entering.
5 on Your Side also learned Gagan is connected to 2 other violent attacks within the last 3 years. Investigators accused him of scratching a police officer's eye and caused a security guard to fall and break his leg and ankle at a hospital. As far as this case, everyone in the home is cooperating and the case is ongoing. Justina Cornell, 5 on Your Side.
A family member of the homeowner is a part-time employee at the Collinsville Police Department. Because of that, they asked the Madison County Sheriff's Office to take over the investigation.
Tonight, a Ferguson family is suing St. Louis County after a SWAT team raided their home by mistake. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is here after speaking with the family's attorney. Diamond?
And Lindell Briscoe and Brittany Shamley are suing St. Louis County and the detective in the case for damages over force, detention, use of SWAT without constitutional justification, liability, and violation of the Sunshine Act. Attorneys provided us with this body cam footage they obtained through a records request, showing the moment St. Louis County Police conducted a SWAT raid in Ferguson on Wyland Court on May 26, 2023.
St. Louis County Police with a search warrant, come to the front door!
They shouted. The shouting lasted about 20 seconds. The lady was in her house in her underwear. She had the baby in the back.
Attorneys Beavis Schock and Eric Veith are representing Lindell Briscoe, Brittany Shamley, and their 5 children. They're suing St. Louis County and the detective who ordered the raid. Police say hours before the raid, a group of 6 people carjacked someone in South St. Louis. A witness told police Apple AirPods were in the car. Police used the Find My application and traced the AirPods to the family's home. The lawsuit says police had the wrong house and the AirPods were later found in the street, not inside the home.
We think the public needs to be aware of how much SWAT is used, what are the circumstances that justify it.
Once inside, SWAT officers demanded Brittany go outside. It took nearly 4 minutes for one of the officers to bring the crying baby outside to its mother. Brittany's husband was in his work truck with 2 of the children at home. Officers also pointed large guns at him.
You can't do every interaction with the police with a SWAT team. That's not fair or reasonable to the public.
And Schock says he wants the case tried.
If we try it, we'll hear the evidence. What's going on with these SWAT teams? Are we going to tolerate this in our community or not?
I have reached out to St. Louis County Police for comment, and they have told me they are not able to comment on pending litigation. Meanwhile, the family says the county told them they would fix their front door and basement drywall damage, but that never happened. The landlord has made those fixes, and the family has relocated to another home.
A live look now at Forest Park from our Skycam. We are in for another chilly night. There are some warmer days ahead. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is in for Scott tonight and has the weather first forecast. Jim?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a preview of this Easter weekend coming up. Look at how warm it gets, and we're talking 70s, even a couple of days closer to 80. But I'll time out some storm chances that go with that, and we'll talk more about that in Maine weather. But yes, it's going to be a cold night tonight. High pressure came right out of Canada, and now it's in western Missouri and also into Kansas. So we were in the 50s today. We were in the 50s yesterday. So the warmer weather starts tomorrow. We're at 53 right now. It was a pleasant day today and a nice evening. Cold again tonight, though, around freezing or just below that. But that air is so dry, limited frost is expected. In fact, probably 0 in most areas. But sunny and warmer tomorrow, 70s over the weekend, much more on those storm chances coming up.
Coming up, a new subdivision in Florissant comes with new street names, the men who inspired them, and the sacrifices they made.
Plus, baseball returns to Busch Stadium next week. What's new this season?